We're back in the parks for this week's Disneyland construction update, and we've got new developments at Adventureland Treehouse, some amazing shots from downtown Disney, and the Disneyland DVC Villas are near ready to open. But first, can we talk about just what is happening in ToonTown? We've got construction walls again. I can't believe we're walking through this tunnel again and are going to be greeted immediately once more with construction walls. When I first saw these walls, I thought, oh, is it Centennial Park again? Has the grass faltered before? You'll recall. Let's see, we had the issue with the paint on the roots. There was the fake grass or whatever was sort of sinking into the ground. They had to repair that. We've seen construction walls at other parts around the park in terms of the grassy areas, still waiting for Donald's boat to reopen. And then today, obviously, we've got construction walls up again, this time, as I mentioned, around Centennial Park, except that's not really the affected area. You'll notice the walls go all the way around, this time, the fountain, the centerpiece of ToonTown. And that's the issue. That's where they're having the problem, is at the fountain. Here's a look from above, and the first thing we'll notice is that while it looks like they're working on Centennial Park and the grass and the roots there, they are not. Everything looks to be untouched there. They've covered them with that black tarp, but that's just to protect it, actually. All the work is being done on the actual pavement, the concrete area in and around the fountain. Actually, the fountain as well. It's just been a couple days, and they've dug up all the concrete around the fountain. Now, I don't think the concrete was the issue, or if the issues with the concrete are just a symptom of what's actually happening with the fountain proper. We came back a couple days later, and we found that they've already put rebar down, so they're working quickly on getting that concrete repaired. Again, the question is, what is the real issue? Notice, though, the fountain. Notice the fountain, all the little pieces, the little moving parts, the little sprinklers and things like that, those are all gone. And this is where things get interesting, because it was maybe a week or two ago, it was reported that Disney had fixed some of the issues that they were having with the fountain, and that some of the interactive features, like I said, the sprinklers and the little mini fountains, not all of them were operating after the land opened, and that they had begun operating. So I wonder if, after turning all those features on, they discovered some other issue. Maybe it wasn't fixed. I have to think that all of this is related to them opening too early. They rushed the opening. Look at all the things that have not gone well since they, like I mentioned, the tree roots at Centennial Park, the grassy area around the tree there, the dreaming tree. They've replaced all of the grass. They replaced the grass over there in front of Roger Rabbit. They replaced the grass in front of Donald's boat. This is all within months, just months of the land opening. And, that's what's upsetting, is that this land is terrific. It really is terrific. But I worry about its future, because it's getting a lot more traffic. It's getting significantly more traffic than it ever did before. I mean, it was busy before, but not like it is now. And it's more focused. It's more compressed. The traffic is more compressed. It's denser, because the pathways have been narrowed. They've extended the front of Goofy's house so that, there's fewer people to put guests now in that space. What else could go wrong? Oh, I know. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is still fraught with shutdowns. When I was there today shooting this, it was closed. So ToonTown has got its issues. Fantastic land, fantastic update. A+, well, A- anyway, on the content. But I don't really feel like they did a bang-up job on the materials. So how about some good news? Let's cheer up the mood. Let's brighten the mood a little bit. We'll go to the Adventureland Treehouse, where cast are busy at work still, working on the treehouse. There's not a lot to observe in terms of ongoing projects, because it's almost done. It's practically done. They're talking about fall for the reopening, but there's still a lot of people out there, hard hats doing work, like these guys. That's so cool. This thing, I can't wait to see this thing really functioning. And I was reminded that this was the case. The water system was functional at the old Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse. So I think Liz is just trying to see if she can catch these guys doing anything, and look at that. She did. That's the good news. See that? The buckets are working. There's no water in them, but the buckets are working. It looks like they're having a rough go of it. It's not the smoothest looking thing. It's a little rickety. I wonder if that's how it's supposed to be. It looks like it's, it needs to be tightened up a little bit. Because it's swaying and it's kind of, like, is it supposed to be like that? I feel like it should be, a little bit more, a little smoother. But then what do I know? I've never built a treehouse. Man, those things are flat. Oh, that's so cool, though. Look at that. What a great shot. Good job, Liz. She's right at the fence. There she goes. Oh, she's getting some sun effect on there. I love it. Go get it, Liz. So you can see them looping all the way up to the top where the little conveyor system is. See if we can't see anything through this scaffolding, but it's just kind of, it makes everything invisible. You can see this guy right down here, though, they're doing the test now as well from the ground. But I can't make out anything worth observing through that scaffolding. Oh, is that scrim back there? That looks pretty new, though. I don't think that was there before. What are they covering up there? Interesting. There's the daughter's room. Everything looks about as we left it. So I guess, yeah, she did. She got on the, she took Grandpa onto the Mark Twain, trying to see if she could see over the fence. I mean, I've tried this before. Terrible luck. I never really was able to see anything. But, I mean, if there was something happening just over the fence, she'd be able to see it right here. You could almost kind of get, that's almost at the space where guests would be going into the treehouse. And now, so this is why you can't. You got to look through this tree this whole time. So that's the treehouse for this week. We're going to hope to see some rapid progress there because they don't seem to be anywhere near done. And, well, they're talking about fall, which that could go all the way to December. I don't think my October prediction is looking very good, though, to be honest. We're going to stay on the Mark Twain, though, to see what's going on with Tianas Bayou Adventure. Looks like we're going to try to see through the Columbia. By the way, that chute, it would be right there where the upright scaffolding is. The chute is gone. And that looks different, too. Oh, no, it doesn't. No, we're good there. I thought maybe the chute from the drop had changed, but it's about the same. They've put up some plastic wrap up in front of the top third of the mountain. We're going to have to come back and take another look at that when we get on the ground. There it is again. Just missed it. That's through the trees. No, I can't make anything out there from here. As in terms of what's behind that plastic wrap. Here's a shot looking back from the Mark Twain. Just a lot of staging. I don't see anything observable so far. There is a hard hat there working on something, but this looks about as we left it also last week. Although it looks, it's going to be hard to tell here, but that covering looks to have been extended. There's like a black, I don't know if that's like a covering or just, maybe it's the bare surface. I'm not sure. So now we're back on the ground. I get a good look at that plastic covering there and whatever that construction worker is doing. I don't imagine, that must be the beginnings. I have to think it's for protection, right? You'd put that on there to protect it from the elements, be that wind or rain, or to protect, or so that we don't see what they're doing. I mean, they could have used scrim there, but then I don't know if you could put scrim on a mountain of this shape. But if they're trying to protect it, that must mean they're adding, right, as opposed to subtracting. You don't need to protect it if you're subtracting. If you're scraping things off and taking things down, is that the beginning? Is that our first sign of maybe them adding something to the mountain? We're going to have to keep an eye on that little slice, that little section there in the coming weeks to see, A, how long it takes them to leave that plastic wrap up, and 2, after they take it down, what differences can we spot? In the meantime, it looks like Liz is going to take us onto the secret path. Week, I don't know, I lost track. I lost count. 16? Week 16? Still open. The path is, Liz says she heard some whooping and hollering. while she was filming that segment, so she stuck the camera in there to see if she could see anything. I don't expect we're ever going to see them do anything in the turnaround area, but we can hear them, or she could. This particular episode of the construction report is being edited by a friend of the show, Thomas. I mean, that looks pretty. It looks like a nature documentary, but I don't know how much we can... Oh, look, there's a big hole. Oh, there's a big chunk missing from that wall right there. What are they doing there? Oh, Liz is getting creative. I love it. I mean, it's a shot of the mountain, but we get to see it. Well done, hon. Okay, we're over at the Hungry Bear now, and it's another angle of the plastic covering there, but nothing is being revealed here either. Wait, I don't see the squirrel. I can't see the squirrel. Oh, no, we're going to have to come back to that. Okay, scaffolding. I hope she got another shot. I'm going to have her look for that squirrel. Okay, hold on. We got to see. Yeah, I think that is the squirrel right there, I think. They put sheathing up where the steel was before, that new steel. They put sheathing up there, so that's probably going to be show. No changes to the front of the entrance to the building. Still waiting for Tiana or any of her employees to show up here. The little critter house is still there. The food at Tiana's Palace was so good. I'm looking forward to going back there and trying that again. Everything is as we left it here last week. But I'm not expecting anything. This part, my wish when we first were documenting this, and my wish was that they didn't touch this, because I feel like the back part of this attraction is perfect the way it is. It doesn't need any updating. Okay, so there's the sheathing right there, the purple sheathing. We saw that, that's where the new steel is. So they're going to be putting in some kind of show element there. I have to think. I've got to think that's some kind of show element. Oh, she kept looking. There's a guy right there. What's he doing? Great catch, Liz. That's a cool shot. We're going to keep on going. We're going to jump from the Disneyland Railroad onto the Disneyland monorail and take a look at downtown Disney. I think we tried to catch this last week, but the monorail was closed every time we tried to ride. So let's see what we got this week. They put scrim. That's interesting. Why would they put up scrim here? You put up scrim to obscure, to hide, so that it's bad show for them to be doing construction in view of guests. But we're not at Disneyland proper. We're not in the park. We're in downtown, so that the barrier for what's good show and what isn't is far lower. So is there going to be a guest-facing element to the structure? Because that's backstage. Front stage for this area is on the other side, looking out, into the walkway. This would be the backstage area. And that's just pure dirt. Pure dirt. What are they? They put in palm trees. And another, I don't know what kind of tree that is. There's a tree and a planter there, but they've actually already planted 1, 2, 3, 4. I see at least 5 palm trees or some other kind of desert type tree. Oh, that's cool. There is the guitar pick stage. I had exactly 1,500 people tell me that that's not, that those aren't forms, that it's just safety railing. Thank you very much, you guys. Thank you. Looks like Liz poked her camera through the scrim that's covering the Rainforest Cafe to see what they're doing down there. But it's just concrete, but we're in the dirt phase there. Oh, okay, that's Din Tai Fung as it faces the bandstand. Where the band, she's right next to the bandstand right here. And that's cool, man. They really have come a long way on that building. You can see it. It's facing us, and it's also being finished on the other side as well. That is really interesting. That's quick progress. They are really getting somewhere with this building. All right, now we got some really cool shots. This is an overhead from the Disneyland Hotel. Some of the best photos I've seen come out of the Disneyland Hotel so far. Look at that. Din Tai Fung, the big cinder block square or rectangle, and then the swoopy roof part there. And there's some other extension down there that almost has a similar guitar pick form or shape developing as it extends out of the building. Let me see if we can spot that in the concept art. If you zoom in a little bit, you can see the outdoor dining area to the right. As you enter to the right, there's an outdoor dining area. Oh, here you go. Guitar pick. They put up breeze blocks. Are there supposed to be breeze blocks there? I have to look up that concept art now too, because I don't remember seeing breeze blocks in that part of. Oh, there are. Look at that. You learn something new every day. Look. Okay, so see those right there, the 2 breeze blocks. I love mid-century modern architecture. It makes me want to move to Palm Springs right now. I love that design element. Very common in that era, and they built those quickly. This is the guitar pick stage on the other side, on the opposite end of the downtown Disney site. Here's a good look at what is the building that resembles a Best Buy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's my guess, and I've been told that I'm correct. 5 separate retail locations, not one big one, but 5 separate retail locations that'll go inside there. The question is, what are they doing on the backside of that? That's where we were on the monorail. We saw the backside of that, and why was that covered up in scrim? Okay, here's the current status of that rear section of the lot where they are still in the process of building footings, but this is going to be the tallest of all the structures, I believe. The Earl's building will be the tallest of the various buildings. Here's a good shot of what's happening with the concrete. That's the concrete that was finished in front of the ESPN zone. That's what the other side that they're working on now on the opposite side next to Rainforest will wind up looking just like that. And we even got this lovely panoramic shot. Wow, good job. And bonus, I have no idea what this is. I believe these pictures were taken from the Adventure Tower, so that's got to be somewhere near the Adventure Tower looking straight down, my guess is, but I don't know what that is. Looks like something Oppenheimer would have built. Okay, we're in downtown Disney. There's the current status of Centrico. I'm getting used to calling it Centrico now instead of the Uba Bar. Ooh, some bubbles. Oh, I love bubbles at Disneyland. There's Paseo. I mean, there's not a lot to... It looks like it has for a while. They're still in the gutting it phase for Paseo. They're moving quickly on Centrico, but they're not moving very quickly on Paseo, which is curious. I would imagine the last phase of that is the quickest phase. So we're in the backside of downtown Disney on the way to the hotels, and you got another view of Din Tai Fung here. I mean, that's a much bigger building than I thought it was going to be. I have to say, that is way bigger than the concept art would lead you to believe. They're going to put a ton of people. They're going to make a bunch of dumplings. I've heard good things. I hear nothing but good things about Din Tai Fung and their dumplings. That's the roof of the outdoor seating area that we saw before. And that must be so cool to just build stuff, right? That's got to be the coolest thing. I built that. It's more concrete block, cinder blocky than I thought it was going to be. All right, now so we're in the path around the other side to the downtown Disney entrance, and we can see that more of the scrim has come down in front of the Sorcerer's Hat to reveal I don't know what yet. We have to get around this red truck. But there's actually, what are they doing? What are they doing? How could this project take this long? Unless they're changing it somehow. Unless they're doing something to it. I don't know what that could be. I never really paid attention to it, what it looked like before. But you've got 19 guys working on this hat. You got more guys on this hat than you do at the Adventureland Treehouse. What are they doing? It looks like he's taken down scaffolding, though. I bet we come back next week, and that'll be gone. So there you go. There's a walk up and look up at it. The little star, the flourish, the magic, as it were, like Tinkerbell's magic or something happening around that hat. Is that new? DVC Villas, they're going to open on September 28th, or I should say, that's when we're going to get our first chance to preview it, September 28th. I will be there that day, one way or another. So we've only got, 11 days. I sure hope, they didn't look 11 days away the last time we looked at the pool progress back there. That did not look 11 days away. I think, Liz, that's Goofy's Kitchen, which it's closed, I guess. You can see some cast down there. It looks like they're doing some training down there on the ground. Those are like lifeguard types, I think, or just pool cast. So the pool, the monorail slide is still closed, but at least they've taken the scrim and scaffolding down, probably just giving it a fresh paint job or cleaning it up in preparations for the opening of the proper DVC Villas behind it. That'd be a fun pool to go to. I want to go to the Disneyland Hotel just to go on that slide, and then I'll just call it a day. That's it. They've set up all the lounge chairs out here. Yeah, the whole pool still looks closed. Here's Tangaroa Terrace. I asked Liz to see if she could see anything else, and it does look like that was the entrance. I want to say it looks like, yeah, right there. It does look to me like they might be expanding that. So that's the big expensive villa, the one that goes for tens of thousands of dollars a night. This is the first time people have been able to put eyes on this part of the property. All that new landscaping, we haven't seen that before. They're ready-ish, at least, for guests on this side of the hotel. Here again is looking at the lounge chairs. I think this is for the pool on the monorail, slide side. So I'm not sure if it's supposed to be open or not. I see guests, though. I don't know. There's our fences up back there. So close. All right, looks like Liz tried to stop by the Pixar Place Hotel once again to get a look at the Great Maple Restaurant. All right, so last week I expressed my love for my wife by showing the pumpkins at the end of the show. This week, Liz has returned the favor. She was on the bridge, connecting the Pixar Palace parking structure to downtown Disney. And she sees a lot of, you can see a lot of staging. This is back where they were doing that, the mock-up of the garden villa. There's a lot of staging happening here. And I said, well, it's not a big deal. But she said, yeah, but David, did you see the dirt? And I know I didn't see the dirt. Look at the dirt. Why is there a big... I love dirt. She says, I'm going to shoot this because I know how much you love dirt. And it's true. So that is how... That's our love language, my wife and I. Dirt for me and pumpkins for my wife. But yeah, I want to know, why is there a big pile of dirt? Because that's really interesting when you think about it. Because there's no construction happening here. So that means that's probably from the DVC Villas, from the Disneyland Hotel. Probably they probably trucked it over there. But still, I find that fascinating, interesting. Why is there a big pile of dirt in the parking lot? Oh my gosh, we completely forgot about DCA. We haven't even been to DCA yet. Avengers Campus. By the time you guys see this video, the Avengers Vault will be open. But as of this recording, it was not. So even the walls are still up right there. You can see here, peeking over those walls, that there's lights on. Those are interior lights. So they've got a really zany configuration. I'm assuming, unless that's like, the security system, you got to go through the lasers in order to break into the Avengers Vault. I mean, the imagery is cool. Maybe I'm not far off from being wrong there, or right. Not far off from being right. It could be. Could be that we've broken into the Avengers Vault. I mean, that's a cool looking building. Say what you want about Avengers Campus, but that's a really cool looking building right there with the big A on there. Avengers A. Nice shot, Liz. Thank you very much. She's really coming into her own with this B-roll right here. She's giving us a very cinematic look. And there's the entrance to the Avengers Vault. What's the Copperplate Gothic? Is that what that font is? Or Copperplate Bold, maybe? So that's the entrance. You can see more of the lighting elements inside there, but you can't see anything behind the glass. Open on the 18th. Schmoozies is still closed for some reason. This was supposed to be open a week ago. Schmoozies was. But we have seen no movement, no progress of any kind on this area. The same walls around the same areas for a while now. And they're supposed to be selling a Halloween treat at Schmoozies. Good luck with that, everybody. I think I see most recently the calendar said the 26th, maybe. So in like a week, a little more than a week now. By the time we do the next update, we'll be able to show you that this location has closed. I'll be very curious to see what, if anything, they do to the exteriors. I don't expect them to do much. I wish they would. It would be great if we saw a bulldozer in that neighborhood. And we're back in Disneyland And that's Princess Fantasy Fair. Still waiting for this to be resolved, but scrim and scaffold. Note that they did use the fancy fake building scrim here, which suggests it's going to be here a while. About the same, much like the Red Rose Tavern. That's why I feel like this and the Red Rose Tavern are related. And that's it, you guys. That's it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. I would appreciate it very much. And then follow us on Instagram at _freshbaked, on Twitter at freshbakedisney, that's fresh with no E, and on TikTok at freshbakedisney. And if you like our show and want to show your support, please do consider joining our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/freshbaked. Otherwise, thanks again for watching, everybody. We love you. Be safe out there. Be kind to one another. Fresh Baked.